Of course, the day I decided to film this makeup review video, my neighbors decide to do pressure washing on their house. So if you hear something that might sound like a motor or loud, intense water, just know it's my neighbors. So if you're following me over on Instagram, you probably heard me mention the name Influenster, but just to go over it really quickly right now for you guys, it is a free app that you can download onto your phone. You can even use it a little bit on desktop, but they prefer you to have the app on your phone to fill out all the stuff. It is your shopping bestie. You can look up any item, literally any item. For example, my shoes from Target, they're on the app, and you can read reviews, you can see photos, you can do Q&A. So if you have a question about sizing, you could drop a question in there, say, hey, what's the sizing of this? And people will respond. It is really cool, really fun. Everything from cruise line ship reviews to movies that you've watched and books that you've read, reviews about that, all the way to makeup, skincare, beauty products, kids items, any and everything under the sun is there. It's used by millions of people. I am not being paid to talk about this. I just really enjoy the app. So I've been using it now for about 3 years, and I've been sent a lot of really great stuff, from really affordable items that you can purchase at Walmart and Target to ultra luxury items like Tom Ford and Charlotte Tilbury. So definitely consider downloading it. I will have it down in the description. It's just a simple thing, free to download. But this package is from that app. I got sent an email a few weeks ago to fill out a survey about some makeup items as well as some skincare items, and literally the surveys are minutes to complete. They're very easy. You just mainly tell them like your skin tone, if your skin's sensitive, if there's any ingredients you're allergic to, and then sometimes I'll show you some swatches and you can pick out which colors will work best for you. And if you fit the ballot, they will send you the item to try out. Of course, you don't just get the item in a box and that's it. You have to go and fill out the reviews on the Influencer app. Also, it does have a list of other apps that you need to fill out reviews on. So for example, this package, I also need to go on my Sephora app and fill out a Sephora review. Sometimes it's to film a TikTok, sometimes you need to do an Instagram post. It's a little bit of everything. So definitely go give it a look-see. But let's open this box up because I want you guys to see what is inside of it. It's really exciting. When I got the email about this, I was like, what? You're gonna send me an eyeshadow palette? It's so cool. So here's the inside, and they send you a little card. I got the Decay Cyber Palette by Urban Decay. Very excited, very, very excited. I'll be real, I'm already wearing the eyeshadow right now. I'm gonna put in some clips of me picking out the colors that I use for this look so you can see me apply all the makeup on. We're gonna do some swatches in a minute, but I'm just gonna unbox it with you guys so you could get that experience. So other than the little card, it did come wrapped up in bubble wrap, which is really great. I will say when I opened it the first time, nothing was damaged or anything, which is good. So they really do take care of the items when they ship it to you. I've never had an issue with any of my Influencer boxes being knocked around or damaged, but here is what the cardboard packaging looks like. I love the sleeve because you can see on the back all the swatches, which I think is great, and it even says the names of the swatches already, so you can already get an idea of like what the theme of this palette is. So if you want my description of this palette, it is very futuristic. It has a lot of like neutral color tones, but they are kind of ramped up with this duochrome and the shimmers. So you have a combination of some mattes, some more shimmery tones, and then these really neat duochrome eyeshadows. And we will go over the quality of these in a moment. But let's go ahead and get inside of the palette. It is a quite chunky plastic palette. When I opened it the first time, I was amazed at how sturdy it felt. So here's what the palette looks like on the outside. As you can see, it has that cool, to me it's kind of like futuristic, but I know it's supposed to be like computer-like look to it. It's just really neat how it shines. And then as you open it up, and you guys are gonna see, there is a full-size mirror. You have your 12 colors, and then you have a makeup brush that's included. And I haven't used it yet, so it's still wrapped up, but it is a dual-ended makeup brush. It's really nice. I love when I get Urban Decay palettes that include a makeup brush because they're really great to use, not just for this palette, but for like all of your makeup palettes that you have. It's just a really great little add-on. But as you can see, there's all of the shadows. So would you guys like me to swatch these? Because I can swatch them. Let me get my hair tied back. All right, so my hair is now tied back. Let's do some swatches. Now, I'm not the best at swatching. I am not a professional makeup artist by all means, but I will swatch them like on my shoulders, my arms, or wherever I can, and we will go over them. I do want to point out Y3K right here. This one had like a topper on top of it, but it is a really unique duochrome. So on the box, Y3K is right here, and as you can see, it is a blue color eyeshadow, but as I swatched it the first time, it changed colors to like this really neat duo purple. We'll go over it. I do want to point out some of these are very crumbly, it kind of reminds me of chalk, like sidewalk chalk. You know how when you would play with chalk as a kid, it would sometimes like really crumble up. So we'll go over it, and then I'll give you my thoughts on some of the colors. So let's first start with AI. It is a really pretty whitish, grayish, nude color. We'll do it right here. So there's AI. I don't know if you've seen it kind of chalk up a little bit. There we go. AI. Next is Metadata. It is a more shimmery tone. It still has that pearlescent color that I like of AI. I like these because they're very natural nudie colors. So there's what it looks like. You can see the two right there. Next, we're gonna go with one. Actually, let me go on ahead and tell you guys, all of these are on my eyes right now. I went with this end of the palette to use, but let's go on ahead with Virtual. It's what I used here in this area of my eye. I really like it, by the way. A little dusty, but it's a really cool color. See, it's Electroid, which is a really fun, this is one of the cool shimmery ones. There it is right there on my pinky. Let's do a little Electroid right there. Now I did notice with this one and the next one called Cyberspace, I had a hard time picking it up with my brush. And I don't know if it's just one of those type of eyeshadows that's best to use with your fingers, but there they are right there. Cyberspace was another one that I had a hard time with the brush. It's a really pretty color once you get it on. There we go. So these are all that I'm wearing on my eyes right now, on my shoulder. So at the very end of this video, if you don't like seeing me swatching it like this, at the very, very end of this video, I will have just my arm with all of them swatched on it, okay? I'm just wanting to do it kind of creative and fun and swatch as I talk to you guys. It might not be perfect, but I do want to show you guys all the fallout already in my shadow palette. The pink shade right here, Gadget. It is a matte pink. And we'll put it right here. How about that? There's Gadget. And then next to it is Call IT. Great. So Call IT is a very shimmery, pretty sparkly duo-like pink color. Get it right there. Let's get it right there again. There we go. So there's those two. Naibot is a really shimmery, silvery tone. I haven't swatched it yet, so I'm excited to try it out. And it is just like the other ones. I'm gonna be honest right now with you guys. I'm having a hard time getting these to not be all like crusty. I don't know if you can see in the pan. It's just, there's just a lot of fallout in my opinion. But so let's go with Static right here. It's a really pretty blue color. I'm gonna be using my pinky. It might not be perfect. Sorry in advance. Here it is on my pinky, and I'll put it right here. I have to swatch it again because my pinky is not picking up much at all. There we go. I can imagine my face doesn't look good whenever I'm swatching it, but there is Static. Gadget, call IT, not a bot, Static. What we have left is these three right over here. We got Y3K, which is the coolest duochrome ever, and I hope the swatch looks really good when I do it. Then you have Override and Bite. Y3K, this is the one that I told you that was originally blue, and then whenever I swatched it, it turned like this. Really weird color, but you guys, when it swatches, how neat is that? Look at that color. Next is Override. It is a little bit more of a reddish purple. And let's swatch her right underneath. Some really pretty blue sparkles in this one. There's Override right there. It has some really cool sparkles in it. The very last one is this red color. It's very matte and it's called Bite. So let's get Bite on. Like I said, it's really intense. It's very pigmented. I like it. There we go. It swatches like a dream. The color's on right now. And my thoughts about this palette. I like that it is a cool take on neutral tones that are very easy to wear from day to night. I feel like with the eyeshadow I have right now, which I was using these really soft colors right here, is perfect for daytime, but if I want to really edge it up, I could just grab up one of these duochromes down here and just really make it like bang, bang, pow. But I do feel like there's a lot of fallout with this palette. But, I don't know, I just had a hard time personally picking up these two and this one with my shadow brush. And I tried two different brushes and then I ended up just using my fingers and stamping the shadow on, and it worked a lot better. But I will say that was my only complaint, and even swatching them with my fingertips, I had to go over it 2 or 3 times just to get that color payout all the way across the swatch for you guys. But here is the colors. I think this is a great palette if you already own a lot of the Naked palettes. I know there's so many Naked palettes. You got like, I don't even know if they still have the first edition. I had the first 3 of the Naked, like they were like those brownie, nudie, coppery color ones. And then I remember they went to like a red tone. It was like cherry or something like that. And it was like all different shades of red. I just feel like if you have the Naked collection and you want to add this to it, it would be beautiful lined up with your collection. I do wish it said right here, Decay Cyber Palette, because I remember some of the other ones had a name on it. I also remember one was like in a metal tin can type packaging. Pretty neat. If you have the other ones and you want to add it to your collection, it's a good option. Would I have personally went out and bought this palette? Honestly, no, because I don't wear a lot of eyeshadow, I'll be honest. And when I do wear eyeshadow, I wear expensive eyeshadow like Charlotte Tilbury or something like that. But if I was told you have to buy something from the Urban Decay collection, here's the money, go buy something, I would pick out an eyeshadow palette. Because in my opinion, of all of Urban Decay's products, their eyeshadows and their primer for your eyeshadow base, hands down, is the best ever. I have used some of their mascaras and they're good. Don't get me wrong, they're good. But their eyeshadows and their primer are my top 2 in the collection. So this is the Naked eyeshadow palette review. In a second, you're gonna see a full-on tutorial of what I did makeup-wise, and then I'm gonna show you a swatch of all the colors right here on my arm, so you didn't have to suffer with watching me swatch it. Okay, you'll see me in a second. So here is all the colors swatched on my arm. We're gonna go over the names. We're gonna start down here. This is Bite, Override, Y3K, Static, Not a Bot, Call IT, Gadget, Cyberspace, Electroid, Virtual, Metadata, and AI. I am wearing all of these colors right here on my eye look for today. I really like these three in particular because I think these are great for everyday wear, and you can edge it up for nighttime with any of these colors. I also really like Y3K because it is a neat duochrome. In the pan it looks like one color, on your lid it looks like a different color. I also like Override right here because it's a really pretty pinky tone, but it has green flecks of glitter, which is really cool. I will say these more glittery ones, sort of like right here with Electroid and Cyberspace and Not a Bot, they're really hard to get on with a makeup brush. They work best with your fingertips. They're a really good topper. So once you're done with your eyeshadow, if you want to get that really intense glittery look, just get your finger and apply it to your lid. I would love to see how these work wet, so I might wet a brush and see how it works. But here's all of the shades in the Decay Cyber Palette. If you're interested or want to know more about it, in the description box below will be all the details, including where you can purchase it, all the shade names, some of my favorites and least favorites, as well as where else you can find me. My Instagram, my Like to Know It page, my blog, all the other details like that. Please don't forget to give me a subscribe here on the channel. I appreciate you guys watching this, and let's be friends. I'll see you guys soon.